Hey everybody, welcome to lesson number 4. Now what I want to talk about today is objects. Okay, it's another way to store data in JavaScript. Okay, even though we haven't done much with the data yet, the idea is we need to be able to know how we can store it so we can learn what we're going to do with it. Okay, so an object is a little bit different. So the way you declare an object is you hit const again, just always const your variables as much as possible. And then we'll say, hey, my object. Oh, there we go, my object equals. Okay. Um, mm, mm, mm. What you have to do here is instead of the square brackets, you're going to use curly braces. That's how we know it's an object. Now, what makes an object different than an array is that an array is like an ordered list of variables. So you had the 0, the 1, the 2, you had an index. Objects are an unordered list of variables. So there is no number, there is no index for each variable. Each variable is instead only has what's called a key to identify it. So basically each item I have to kind of detail what is the key. So in this case, first I want to say the first key is, so let's say this object is me. So name, I'll put that, Alex Merced. Okay, and I put at the end of that piece of data, I'm going to put a comma. The second property, so each of these are called properties of the array. Okay, my age is 34 currently. Favorite movies. Oh, actually, let me do that more proper naming. Favorite movies. And that's going to be an array of, let's say, Inception and Her. Good movies. Okay, and then it seems to be complaining about something, so let me see what it's complaining about. Okay, I'm sure we'll figure it out in some sort of error in a moment, because they're both in, oh, I see, the quotation here. There we go. That's a great thing about, IDEs, text editors like these, is they put everything in colors. So when the colors don't sort of work out right, that's a hint that something is wrong. You should be looking to figure out what's wrong. Okay, and I don't need that comma. Oh, I do need that comma there. Okay, and we're gonna also, and again, the cool thing about arrays and you can put, so I can put an array in an object, but I could also put an object in an array. I could also put functions in arrays and in objects. So in this case, I'm going to put a function inside this object. So we'll call this say hello, and that's going to equal. So then I just create a function. So again, you always kind of start out with the parentheses and then the arrow and then curly braces. And whenever this function is run, or this method, because it's going to be a method of my object, it's going to basically console.log. Nope. Console.log is a function. Hello. Cool. So there's my object. So my object has 4 properties: name, age, favorite movies, which is an array, and say hello, which is a function. Cool. So now I can actually use my object, and the way you access the object's properties is with dot notation. So my object dot name, let's console log that so you can see it. Console.log. And notice now it makes sense when you see console.log. Log is a method of console. Console is an object. Okay, so let's just do that so far. Save. And let's run the code. It's an unexpected identifier, and that's on line 6. Say hello. Think about that. Oh, I see. I think I need an extra curly brace. There we go. because we need one to complete the object, and I don't see one completing the function. That seems to be complaining about that too. So let's see here. Let's assess. Oh, I see. The curly this is an extra curly brace over here. There we go. Because this curly brace goes with this curly brace, this curly brace goes with this curly brace. Okay, it's always oftentimes a source of stress, just lining up all your parentheses and your curly braces, making sure that everything is sort of encapsulated correctly. There we go. So basically when a console logs my object name, it says Alex Merced, my name. Nice. And I could console log the whole object. Here we go. We have my object. So basically I have my name, Alex Merced, favorite movies, which is an array. Say hello, which is a function. Cool. And then I can actually run the say hello function. So let's do that. So the object is my object dot say hello. Then again, it's a function, so it's always got to have the parentheses right after it. Okay. Save. And then I hit refresh. And see, it runs a function where it says hello, as my function said in here. Cool. So that's what an object. So an object's just another way to store data. Very good if you're like, especially if you're doing something like a game where you need to make a character in your game. Having them as an object with all their powers and their abilities and their stats makes it easier to think through what you're doing. That's what's called object-oriented program, where you imagine everything in your program as an object, and all your objects are interacting with each other. So this gives you a little taste of that. So we'll leave it at that for objects, and we'll come back with some more.